should we do? You want to come by me, Jen?
Yes.
Sorry? I guess I shouldn't walk on that.
I'm the guest today. You tell me where you sit and I'll fill it.
It feels so cozy, though. Maybe at one time it was worth $55, but I doubt it.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for stopping by the Today in AC Show.
Happy National Ugly Christmas Sweater Day.
All right, let's
Jingle,
go.
jingle.
Let's go from Jen over. What are you rocking there? Where'd you get it?
Mine's a little mix of everything. Got some candy canes, some trees, some Santa. My Christmas tree is coming unraveled. My son
That adds to the ugly factor.
Okay,
threw
now
a few crawls on Mill Avenue.
torn up a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's all say one ugly thing about Jen's sweater.
Oh, okay. I gotta get
It
the
looks
full...
like turf grass.
Oh,
Yeah.
it does. I like
It
that.
looks very
That's-
hairy. I don't want to touch it.
I like the mixed media aspect of it. I think it's
Crystal, what do you hate about her sweater?
You know what? Just the fact
Lay it on
that it's
me.
coming apart.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just...
well loved. I
I'm
like
unkept
that.
this morning.
Yeah, look at that.
All right, Crystal.
Okay, so
Where do you start?
where do I start? You've got the tinsel, you've got Rudolph with a bell, and to
Well, half of
add
Rudolph.
to add to it. Are you ready? It still has a tag.
Yes.
Under
What's
the
this
armpit.
retail for $20. What? That's
a steal.
awesome.
Deal.
Mine was
Okay,
retailing
I'll
for-
start on yours.
Okay.
It looks like you're in the movie Aliens and there's a xenomorph popping out of your chest.
But wouldn't it be awesome if the reindeer butt was on your back?
Yeah.
Like the back half?
I like
That
that.
That would
Make
be
it even better.
amazing. With a little tail.
Yes.
Little tail up. I
Jen,
think
what do you
that
hate
would
about her
mix
sweater?
The tinsel's a little chintzy.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. You could have stepped it up a bit there, Crystal.
More like chinsel, am I right?
Oh.
All right, Rachel, what are you
Jealous. I
wearing?
love it. I am wearing yo ho ho. Santa is woke this year, and I love his glasses. I love his beard.
I like how your design doesn't make sense at all. Because when you say yo ho ho, I expect him to be like a pirate, but Santa doesn't look any more like a pirate than he typically does.
No, it's like yo, yo,
No,
yo.
he's saying yo because Santa's like down.
Why doesn't he say yo 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 then?
Because he's got to have the ho ho part in this to make that fun.
I don't know.
And he's very soft. I got you beat. Mine originally retailed. I just discovered a horrifying $55. I clearly
pay
did
that?
not pay that. I got it at Fry's, and I loved it. And I like this. I'm telling you, this is like I feel like Santa is down this year. It's like an Afrocentric theme, which is why it spoke to me.
All right.
It's cool.
I've got a dinosaur. It's a T-Rex, and
Who has his own ugly
got a
sweater
disco-
on.
I love your. I think it's literally
it's
adorable.
a dance party T-Rex.
I like the material. I like that
it's
he's
very
wearing a
felty.
vest.
Yes.
Good.
Super uncomfortable and staticky.
But you're covering
very
up the
tight in the
disco
arms.
ball, which makes me a little sad.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's very Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, why do
Yeah.
you still have the
He's got
jacket
the
on, Paul?
argyle on
I'm a
the sleeve
professional.
The after
detail.
show.
Yeah.
Take the jacket off. Maybe I think I look a little round in this Christmas sweater.
Do you? Well,
we'll
I
keep
think
the
everybody
jacket on.
does, right?
Yeah. They don't fit well. That's one of the nice things about ugly Christmas sweaters.
They really don't.
Make
Then you
feel
can eat
super
whatever you
uncomfortable.
want. Nobody knows.
I mean,
I can't wait to roll up to early dismissal in this now. Like I'm so excited because my youngest one will be pumped, as he always is, and my oldest one will be mortified, as he always is. So it's gonna get the desired response
Can
from
you
both.
please wear sunglasses and
I
just
gotta
lean on
yo,
your
yeah,
car.
and then continue to say yo,
Yo,
ho ho.
Yeah, when they walk up.
wear the
To
hat.
make it more embarrassing.
You could
yeah.
pump some music in the car.
Oh
too,
my
while
God.
waiting.
Yes.
Does anybody have a lowrider or something I can borrow?
Yes.
Yes, I gotta embarrass them because it's like the most fun thing you can do when your kids are like this awkward age.
Just embarrass the heck out of them.
Yeah, I love it.
I would look forward to that.
Favorite pastime.
My grandma's watching the show this morning. Good morning, Grandma. She says she loves the sweaters.
Thank you.
Jim tells us don't overthink the sweaters. Just go with it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just supposed to be weird and awkward.
Oh, John is telling me to take the jacket off.
Dad, take it off.
Well, here's
Yeah.
the other problem.
Start a
I would have to
conversation.
run my mic cord all the way up
Oh, you
through
can just
again.
clip it here. It's
Yeah, but that's-
okay. I
Just
know you're
do
a
it.
stickler
Done is
on
done.
it,
It
but
goes with the ugly sweater.
What's done is done.
we're missing some of the detail.
So we asked the people here in the comment section at the top of the show, what's your gift-giving strategy for your kids? Because let me
I
find
cannot
the
believe
prompter
this
one
story,
here.
yes.
Yeah, because there's a statistic
We need
here
the
that I
facts.
don't buy.
Okay.
But first, let's address the ugly sweater thing. It is National Ugly Sweater Day. It's hard to say who invented the first ugly Christmas sweater. It was probably
I think it was
accidental.
unintentional.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So they could have been inspired by the 80s knit sweaters. But if you
cute.
believe two guys in Canada, they think they're the ones responsible for the trend. They claim to have hosted the original ugly Christmas sweater party back in 2002, which seems like a lifetime ago. 2002, who remembers that?
Goodness.
And it was such a hit
Yes.
that parties started popping up here in the States. They've even trademarked the word phrase ugly Christmas sweater
Smart.
and ugly Christmas sweater party. They own the trademark, so maybe
Oh.
they are the OGs here.
I like that.
So do you guys wear ugly Christmas sweaters? If so, what is on yours? Jump in the comment section and let us know.
I know. So our weather girl at the last station, I will say she had the best one I ever seen because it was handmade. That's why I thought maybe you made yours. She literally put the partridges, glued them on the shoulders. They're like,
That's awesome.
And it had like it was all hot glued.
Ugh.
And it weighs like 40 pounds.
Oh,
and it lit
my
up. Like, it was amazing, I have
like
to say.
this.
It was pretty. But that's the thing is if you go crafty, it's going to be.
You might as well go crafty with a capital C then.
Yeah.
Go nuts.
Yeah, you got to do it. It was pretty horrific.
Were there actual like glass bulbs on her?
No, it was more like the softer
Okay, like felty ornaments?
Yeah, felty ornaments. But the partridges were
So,
like you would see it like Michael's. Like they were real partridges.
Wow.
And
Fancy.
they looked out this way.
Crazy. So
That's what I'm trying to do.
A bunch of
I'm
our,
trying to pantomime
bunch of our
it.
viewers have been sending in pictures of their ugly Christmas sweaters.
nice.
This one from Gus on Facebook. I
did
won.
win.
Is
I'll
it
give
a
you-
cat?
Oh, the pocket for the beer. We can't see that far.
Wow.
Oh my God,
There's a
you
lot
did
going
win
on
for
here.
that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Oh, what's this one? This one
Oh,
from Heather.
that's cute.
She's got the matching pants. Is that the angry cat? Is that Grumpy Cat?
Is it Grumpy Cat? I know the problem is the camera's so far away.
Yeah,
we
we
can't
can't
really see.
Sorry, we have bad eyesight.
Maybe can I stand here better?
This one from
there's
Lucy.
Lucy, that's cute.
That's just delayed on our.
I do like that.
Christmas lights.
Your teacher at my school, we have sweaters for day. That is true. Teachers always have the best, like
They
funny, cute
Do.
holiday. Our teachers have been wearing those onesies, the holiday onesies.
Oh, I've been seeing a lot of.
A
those.
onesie's great until you have to pee. And then-
Tell me about it.
Tell me about it. I'm in a jumper right now.
Door in those things. You
a barn door.
remember that?
I do.
Yep.
Paul, curious minds want to know: do you also have Christmas socks on?
He does.
They did not.
And a
ask that.
tie.
He has, yeah, he has
You're lying.
candy cane
Peggy
socks
did.
on. Peggy.
Wait, what an
Dun-dun.
eye, Peggy. Oh, and he does it nice and slow. Candy cane leg.
They actually go all the way up
Adorable.
to my calves.
Do
which-
they though?
They're like calf high. I used to wear these on the day after Christmas football game that we'd play. I'd bring them all the way up to these. Big problem with these socks, though. This will be the last time I wear them because
Why?
I put my left big toe through them when I put them on this morning. But I wore them to work anyway because I'm just toughing it out for the cause, you know.
Yeah.
It's such an uncomfortable feeling having that one toe hanging out the shoe.
Not great.
You may be
So
due
awkward.
for a pedicure because isn't this the second time you've come to work with your big toe having bored through a sock? Maybe time for a little.
I would like to say it's only the second time. It is
It's only
not.
the second
only
time
the
you
second
shared
time.
with
Yeah.
me.
Vanessa, who is not here today, and I
Yeah.
hope she's enjoying her vacation by sleeping in,
Sleeping in.
would be happy to know I threw out a pair of underwear yesterday. Vanessa always makes fun of me for holding on to
for
undies
you.
a little too long.
So
just
what?
like you
I
hold on
have to
socks.
know,
Yeah.
like, how
Right.
bad was it?
So we've talked about this on the show before. A small hole in the back of a man's pair of boxer briefs is no big deal. It doesn't hinder any of the underwear's purpose. As long as the waistband stays up and everything is under control, then you're fine. It works. It serves its purpose. But eventually, those big holes get stretched into the point where you really don't have a back to them anymore.
Wow.
And so yesterday, when I got off of work, I looked at the damage and was like, "This looks like there was an explosion in these underpants." Not in a poopy
Not
way,
literally.
but like in a fabricy way.
Oh, bless your
You
heart.
could put your whole hand through it.
When
Let's
you
say
can
that.
fist through your
Yeah.
underwear, probably not.
I hope
to
y'all
throw
are
'em out.
taking notes.
Yeah.
I know.
When it's time to discard
Learning a lot
underwear.
this morning.
If you can put your hand through a hole in any of your clothes, it's
It was
awesome.
like one or two, okay, but the whole
We are treading on slippery ice here,
this.
my friends.
was the no.
It's a lot uglier than these sweaters.
All right, anyway.
What was our topic again?
Well, actually, we're changing topics.
Yes.
So the second topic we're talking about today is, I
Oh,
think,
yeah.
the more, I don't know, juicy
Shocking.
topic of the two.
Shocking to me.
So we're talking about Christmas presents and kids. Rachel, why don't you read this one for us?
All right, so this is a spirit of giving, but are we giving our kids too much? So one study revealed mom, dad, and Santa all together usually deliver at least 12 presents per kid. Do you think that's a good number? Is that
12
high? Is that
presents.
low? Is that just right? I feel like 12. I mean, are we counting stockings? We're not counting.
Not
the
counting
ghosts in the
stockings. I think
these are just actual presents.
yes. For me, stockings are a separate entity.
Stockings are different. Jen, what do you think? Does 12 sound about right to you or no?
Yeah. I mean, they can be small things
Yeah,
too,
that's
right?
What I was gonna say. Is like my kids are little, so
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's the stuff I get them. Some of it's like $5,
Sure.
$7, but
true.
as they get older and they're like, I want a XYZ iPad or whatever, then I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're gonna have to decide.
That's where we are. Is our list has gotten shorter, and that is not a good thing. Because I'm like, literally everything on your list is over $150. So guess what? You're not getting 12
Right,
gifts.
right.
Like,
Yeah.
He couldn't even put. I mean, probably the cheapest thing he put on his list was a Hydro Flask. But that's still
yeah,
like
those are
25,
still-
$30, right?
More than that. I mean, if you want like the large one, they're like 40 to 60.
Oh,
They're so
jeez.
expensive.
I'm from Texas. We use the Arctic. If you guys ever see that, RTIC. It's a third the cost of the Yeti.
Is that the one from Costco?
So no, this one is made by, it's like two brothers who live, on the northwest side of
Cool.
town of Houston where I grew up. And we did like actually a test where we tested it in the heat and the
Nice.
cold and did it for 24 hours. And it was 3 degrees cooler 24 hours later than
Wow.
the Yeti. So yeah, so I'm like, you're not getting a Hydro Flask either. I gave it to my sister. Maybe she'll get him back.
By the way, Graham's on my team here. He says, as men, we wear socks and boxers until they just whisk away. He recommends the Lululemon ones, by the way.
Those are
Thanks for
pricey.
the shout out
Those
to
aren't
Graham.
cheap.
Those are
Erica's
expensive.
asking for a shout out. We'll give it to her. Good
Hi,
morning, Erica.
Erica.
Thanks for watching this morning. Carrie says it's not the number of gifts, but the substance of the gifts. And if you think about it, think about the gifts you received over the course of your life. It's always one or two particular things that stand out, and it's not the quantity. I, for one, hate quantity. I argue with my mom every single year.
I'm kinda with
Stop
you.
buying me crap. I'm in
Just
my 30s.
a bunch of little things.
If I want something, I'll buy it.
Yeah.
Quit loading me up with garbage.
I'd rather have one nice thing
Yes.
than like all the little
Yeah.
gifts. So I kind of did that strategy with my husband years ago. And now that the kids are getting older, we're kind of going toward that. It's like now get one, like a skateboard, like one
Yeah.
cool skateboard and a helmet that always goes with the gift. Something
Two.
like that. That's like a big gift
Yeah.
instead of we used to get like when they're younger, obviously, like the smaller gifts are just
Yeah,
fun.
they're little, exactly, and like they don't really. I mean, my son just wants race cars. And I'm like, those are 99 cents,
Sure.
buddy. And
Get him a
he
whole
seriously
fleet.
has like 70. I'm not even kidding. Somebody gave him.
I don't doubt it.
40 race cars for his birthday, and I was like,
Awesome.
but he was in heaven, you know.
So happy.
Yeah, so like that's all he wants. So then we try
Yeah.
to. We'll start off the season with a budget in mind. This is how much we're spending on everybody or the kids or whatever, and then however we fill that, you know.
Yeah.
How many of those race cars have you stepped on, would you say?
It's not the race
ow,
cars,
ow.
it's the dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs are
blame it on the
sharp.
dinosaurs.
The other night I was
Yeah.
like, all right, these have got to get off the floor. And his little, I think I scared him because his little face was like,
Well, it's very shocking. Yeah, I got the Legos a lot. We went through the Lego phase.
just right in the arch of your foot.
Oh, nothing like a stegosaurus right in your
Can't
toes.
see it coming.
Paige says she does something you want, something you
Oh, I love
need,
it.
something to wear, and something to read. And she also likes, it rhymes. She also likes the idea that Santa only gives little gifts to even out the playing field at school. So that way when the kids are chatting.
Oh, that's so smart.
I was an only,
Yeah.
I'm still an only child, but growing up, I'm an only child. And so I got a lot of gifts from Santa and then mom and dad. But as I got older and wanted the more expensive things, yeah, it does become less. But when you're younger, the toy's a little bit cheaper, so you get a bunch of them.
Yeah.
I even pretended that, no, I can't say that.
Oh, no,
Oh.
I can't say it.
Just like as you get older, you just kind of, you definitely still want presents from both
I hear ya.
Santa. Because
That's right.
once you say you stop believing, Santa stops coming.
You
so.
must believe in order to receive.
Exactly.
That's what we say around our house.
So keep on believing, you'll get double the presents.
I
That
know.
was my trick.
I still get presents from Santa. Yes.
So do you guys buy stuff for your kids or for family or friends throughout the year? Because like we don't, so we kind of go big at Christmas and then
Yeah.
do it all again. I don't know.
Yeah, we do like birthdays.
Birthdays, yeah.
Yeah, and then we do have to do all the Christmas gifts. Yeah.
What's the best gift you've ever received? What's the one thing that stands out for
my
you?
gosh.
Was there something that as a kid especially that just like lit you up?
I think mine was this. It was a doll house that was handmade because my mom wouldn't buy me the Barbie dream house. So the next best thing, but it was really nice, is that my uncle actually made it. And it was like a 3-story, like old Southern mansion
That's
with
cool.
the pillars, and it had like all the, and you get to paint it your colors and put in a little carpet.
That's cool.
Yeah, I do remember that.
It was the N64 Christmas for me. All men around my age had that year, somewhere around the year that the N64 came out, where it was like the video game system that everyone wanted. And I was very lucky. We were pretty poor when I was little, and then we found a little more financial stability around that time. It was just perfect timing because I got my freaking N64 for Christmas with GoldenEye 007 and Diddy Kong Racing, and you could not make 10, 11, 12-year-old Paul happier than that Christmas. I'll never forget that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
What about you guys?
Man, I can't think of one particular thing. There's certain gifts I remember, but I don't know if they were birthday or Christmas, or I just remember having a pink Barbie Corvette. Like,
those are great.
Little pink Corvette.
I loved getting clothes and purses and jewelry. I still do. I have not changed, and I'll still take a pink Corvette.
I know. That's a yes.
I was going to say, the thing that sticks out in my mind was they're getting the regular Nintendo for the first time.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we got it for Christmas or if my parents just like randomly bought it for us. But I just remember sitting at the edge of the coffee table playing with my dad and my brothers. We were super little.
Fun.
That's what sticks.
You know, I brought this up on the show the other day. I feel like as an adult, there's always this lull. So I know a lot of adults, especially my age, don't get to go home for the holidays, like to their actual home to see my mom and dad and all that. I fortunately still do. Eventually, I will stop when I have a family of my own, presumably. But
No, you still go.
Well, yeah, but it's a different thing, right? So I'm not going to spend the night there on Christmas Eve necessarily and spend all day. But I find now that there's just this window of time after we open presents and make breakfast or whatever until your evening affairs where it's just like this dead 6-hour period where people take naps or you go and play with your new toys or whatever. I know now that as a kid I was always playing new video games during that span, so that gap didn't exist. I was upstairs trying out the latest and greatest, and now I'm like, is it too early for a beer? What do I do with my time now?
That's when the parents get to go back to sleep.
Yeah.
Yes,
Because you woke up so
exactly.
early, you've had your breakfast, and now they're playing. Everybody's found their batteries for whatever they're trying to do.
Oh, the batteries.
I'm like, don't get gifts without batteries.
Are batteries a present?
included? Yeah. No, we just usually have it on the side.
Yeah, I would have to.
To me, batteries
So in
are
the
present.
same bag or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I buy the brothers the recyclable, like the rechargeable ones.
Yes.
Good. Now, what about?
It goes, and they're expensive. That goes a long way.
Yeah.
We're talking about, we've mostly been talking about the gifts you give your children, but what about, do the grandparents outdo the parents sometimes
I think
in
it
your
depends on the kid's
situations?
age.
Oh, my parents always do.
Yeah.
Because that's what Priscilla is saying. She doesn't like to give them a lot because the grandparents always go overboard.
So I always keep in the back of my mind, my kids get a lot of presents from extended family.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I feel like the gift count from us doesn't need to be that high because I
Right.
know my family and everybody else fills in. So, and we have these cool aunties and friends who are aunties to my kids. So yeah, so the pressure is kind of off of us. We do maybe one or two, usually a big gift. And then I'm like, let's just let the community take care of it.
Yeah.
Because I know they love to spoil them and all that stuff.
I'm going to steal a little bit of Cardinals locker room thunder from Sunday. You guys haven't seen this yet, so consider it a little preview. I had a one-on-one chat with Patrick Peterson yesterday, Cardinals Corner, and I asked him about gift giving and around the holidays, and he's got 2 little girls, and I said, well, what's the one thing you're really happy to give them this year? And he goes, you know what? Me and the wife have had to adopt a present giving strategy because, like you, they've got so many friends and family that spoil the kids rotten.
Yeah.
And they were both born within a month of Christmas. So that is always, if you were born within a month of Christmas, you know that people like to combine the two
Yes.
because who wants to buy something for you, 2 months in a row? So what they do is they literally just cut it in half. Whatever she and her sister get for Peyton is one of his daughter's names. The other one, the newborn, I'm not sure her name. Anyway, whatever they get, they just take half of it and throw it in a closet. And these are Christmas
Yeah,
presents now.
absolutely.
And they're young enough, they don't know any better.
They don't.
Yeah. Or you leave them in
strategy.
the closet and pull them out once
Sporadically,
a month.
yeah.
And then they get to have something new because otherwise they're just so
It's
overwhelmed.
overwhelming.
They
It's
can't
too many things to
concentrate on
open.
As
They
an
don't
adult, it's the
remember
same
who it's
way.
coming
Yeah.
from.
Right.
Yeah, we used to, when they were younger, we would spread it out because it was they're not going to, especially birthday presents. You
Yeah.
know, when you have a birthday party, you've invited the whole class. I'm like, you're not ever going to remember that Johnny gave you this thing and that. So we would just spread it out over weeks after their birthday.
Yeah.
But then they more remembered who gave them what.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know?
that's a good
'Cause they had
idea.
time to bond with the present.
Yes.
So.
I'm a huge fan of that.
Yeah,
How
why not?
how does Santa stack up? Like, do you think Santa brings more than you do?
So this year we decided to flip the switch. We had
Okay.
a chat with Santa and decided, you know what? I feel like Santa gets to give all the best presents, and then they turn to me later in the year and say, "I don't even remember what you got me last year." And I was
You're
like,
tired of that.
That's not very fair. So we decided to divvy
Santa.
things up a little better this year with Santa. So he's just doing stocking,
Okay.
little things, and then one thing, and then we are getting the rest.
Okay.
Well,
Santa's got a lot of kids he needs to help out.
Yeah.
Yours
So
are getting
he
a little
probably
older. It's time for
appreciated
mom
that.
and
And
dad
the
to
thing
step
Santa's giving is important to them.
Yeah.
But we also wanted to get credit.
Right.
We were not getting credit for
Okay.
some really fun times. Yes.
I see that. Santa usually does one huge gift for the kids.
Oh.
And so it's usually something they can all enjoy
Yeah.
together.
I like that.
So last year, I don't know if you guys remember, but those like roller coaster things, they're plastic and the kids will sit on the car. We got them one of those. This year, Santa has a really fun treat in mind for the backyard. So-
Really?
Look out.
yeah,
Oh,
we're super excited
boy.
about that. But yeah, it's just kind of something like that active they can use and like play with together.
I like that they can play with it together.
Yeah, that's a.
Santa,
good idea.
he's a good guy.
Santa's gifting the family.
Yeah, but you know, as they get older, that might change. But for now, it works.
I always appreciate when Santa flies a couple of helpers down to put something together.
Yes, we are going to be contacting elves asking to
He
help
employs
Santa.
The elf
like
hotline.
thousands. He
Yeah.
can-
Yeah,
I know.
If
I'm
you
not
guys
even-
know any elves, like send them.
I'm not even sure the elves get paid either. In fact, we might want to look into his workplace practices.
maybe in
He's probably
cocktails,
uncouth.
drinks.
Yeah.
Gu- Gumdrops
We have to work
and candy
really late
cane.
into the night. I
My
know.
mom always gave me the old, well, we can't afford that, so you better hope Santa made one, because
Right.
if he didn't,
Yeah.
you're not getting it.
Yeah.
Sometimes Santa did make it, sometimes he did not.
No, my husband ended up in the ER on like Christmas Day, right? Because he was up late one night helping the elves
Yeah.
assemble. And the worst part about being a doctor is you always think that you have like something horribly rare and like
Sure.
undetectable. So they kept like, he's like making him run every test in the planet. And then it turns out, guess what? After the age of 40, you shouldn't be assembling something in the garage when it's cold outside at midnight. It was just like,
Hypothermia?
no, just like muscle pains. That was it. He thought he had a kidney stone. He thought he had some sort of rare disease. He thought
Sir,
it was
you've got a
tumor.
case of old.
It's like, you're just old. This is why you don't recover after 40 so easily from being think of you bent
that's
over.
true.
assembling.
It doesn't feel good.
Yeah, it's really bad on the back.
All right, let's get to a few more viewer comments before we wrap it up and move things along here. Let's see. I lost my place. You guys got anything here?
Mine's
Sutra has an
freezing up.
educational present, a musical present, and a sports present. I like the themes.
that's cute.
Yeah.
I feel like that helps set guidelines.
Yeah.
Some of the gifts are underwear and socks, says Jim. Yeah, listen.
Oh, absolutely.
I
He
asked for both.
Yeah.
And
As
you
a
need
kid-
them, but we're already down one pair.
Right.
We established that earlier
We're down
in
a
the
pair of
show.
socks and a pair of underwear this week. It's been tough.
It's true. It's been a tough week for Paul.
Brian says, remember hating to get socks and underwear? Now I love them.
I know.
Brian, I am with you, man.
That is so true.
Peggy says, if my kids got what I consider to be too many gifts for their age, I hid some to bring out during the long, boring summer.
Yeah, I
love
Agreed.
that.
Yeah, I think stashing presents from kids is a great idea. The G.I. Joe aircraft carrier, says Graham. That was his
that's pretty
favorite
sweet.
present. Oh, that sounds sweet.
I remember that. Remember the thing that it would hold the individual little men?
Yeah.
Yeah. My cousin had that. I was like, that's sweet.
Lego, the gift that keeps on giving, says Lucinda. Every step in the dark, every fishing out of the vacuum, and hours of building as a parent to please your kids.
There's some cool Rise of the Skywalker Legos out this year. I got for some friends of the family who are big Lego guys.
Yeah.
I mean, they're pretty amazing.
Kelly's got a math problem for us. You guys up for it?
Yep.
She
Okay.
goes, okay, I am a single aunt of 3,
Okay.
newly married, so 4 total, ages 16, 20, and then 2 of them over the age of 21. What do you spend and what do you buy? 16, 20, and 2 kids over 21. I think $50 is a safe number.
I think $50, and I think you go money or gift cards.
Yeah,
at that
and
age.
I'm not even sure the people over 21, listen, when you're an aunt, that's tough because
Yeah.
you could theoretically, if you have a big family, have a whole bunch of nieces and
Right.
nephews, and nobody has the money or the time.
Or an experience for the family, like
Yeah, I
maybe
like
tickets
Yeah,
to
that'd be cool.
Butterfly Wonderland or whatever they're
Yeah.
into, or maybe the new
concert ticket.
The
Concert
problem is the
tickets
21 and
are
up kids aren't
expensive.
going to Butterfly.
No,
Wonderland.
but like an experience that was just the
Sure,
first thing that came
right,
to my
right.
head. But
You just love Butterfly Wonderland.
yeah, I do.
Somehow Maroon
Movie
5 popped
tickets.
into my head again. Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that.
Yes,
But
I will be
it's
there.
like- I know, I'm so jealous. I'm going to figure out a way to get there. But yeah, I feel like So we're kind of in that situation right now. We're having this discussion, like with grown cousins who are now approaching being out of college. Are we still gifting them like
No.
their kids?
No. I think once you hit 21 or once you're settled and living on your own, like, because I don't even want stuff. Like, to be completely honest, and this is not me, like, putting on airs or, like, being Mr. Humble, but, like, I don't need anything for Christmas. Like, I don't. And so if someone wants to gift me something, that's great. But it should definitely not be taxing on their lives or put them into debt, or they should never have this, like, mental dilemma that's like, do I get them something? No. I'm an adult. And I would like to treat other adults the same way, where it's like, you're 21, we're related, but I don't see you every day, maybe a couple times a year.
Right.
You don't need something from me. You shouldn't be expecting something from me.
No,
I think it just depends on the relationship,
Yeah.
on a case-by-case basis. Because, like, my kids have special little cousins that we get something for.
Sure.
But then I have, like, a million
Some that it's
cousins
like
back
you literally
east
see 'em once
who I
a year,
love. Yeah, but,
maybe.
like, we've never exchanged gifts, ever. Like, we just send Christmas cards and,
Yeah.
But I'd rather them spend the money on their own kids,
Totally.
Have you guys ever seen the PETA billboards where it's like a bunch of animals in a row and it's like, where do you draw the line as to which ones you eat? I feel like that for Christmas, where it's like, line your family and friends and
horrible
coworkers
billboard.
up and be like, where do you draw the line?
Yeah.
Where do you stop? Because, like, I want to get stuff for all my coworkers. I was able to put 10 little baskets together with homemade cookies and a Starbucks gift card.
Very
Jen didn't get one because she wasn't here that day, and I gave the other ones away.
Sorry, Jen, we ate all ours.
Where do you draw the line? Right between Crystal and Jen.
Guess we just found the line, didn't
Yeah,
we,
but
Paul?
it's tough because I can't get stuff for everybody. I mean, you got to stop somewhere.
I did nothing for my coworkers. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Hers is a long line.
You gave adorable cards.
I did. I gave
Cards.
out Christmas cards.
I didn't get one.
All right, guys, that music means
The
it's time
line
to
is
wrap
right
it up.
here.
The line is moving.
We're moving too. We'll see you
It's gonna be
Monday,
weird after
7:30. Have a great weekend, guys.
You won't see him. You're